All right. I don't know why, guys, but I am like so nervous right now. Coming on here, it took me a minute, and I'm talking to you, like, why do I feel so nervous? Like I don't know what I'm doing right now. Well, because I feel like it's been quite a while. So, guys, I wanted to talk about a young lady. Well, she's older than me. 35 years old. And what I'm doing right now, let me pop up on camera real quick for you guys, is that I am trying to make this new system work. So I want to make sure everything's together. Can you guys hear me well? Can you guys hear me? And so I'm trying to see if I can see the live from over here. That way I have a bigger monitor so I can try to look at the comments. Oh, yep. Let's see. So, bigger monitor so I can try to look. Okay, that's going to be loud. Hold on. Oh, yep. Let's see. So, that's not going to be bigger monitor so I can try to look. Okay, that's going to be loud. Hold on. Oh, yep. Let's see. Okay, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. This is a new system I have going on. Oh no, I just spilled my water cup, but we'll pick that up later. All right. So this case, a lot of people have been asking to, put the word out about this case. Her name is Treasure Hendrix, and she was found in a police officer's RV, deceased. Now, he said that they, had relations in the past. And from what I've gathered, he's saying that she was just spending time over there. They were hanging out. He went to sleep in one portion of the RV. She went to sleep in another portion of the RV. And when he woke up that morning, she was no longer breathing. He tried to give her chest compressions and CPR. Then they go ahead and say they're just going to chop it up to it being a drug overdose. Now, I wrote down some notes because, like I said, there's a lot of water down here, guys. Hold on. Everything just wants to go wrong right now. I'm just lucky I have a supportive family, and you guys know it's just ice, so it's not going to be that bad. So there's not a lot of information, like I'm saying. There's like no news clips pretty much. And I'm going to show you one little clip of what they have out. And it's a video of them protesting. It's only like 30 seconds long. And I'm just wondering why they would have their own department handling this case when the officer was from that department. Now, this is in Chicago. And he resigned right after this happened. What would that mean to you guys?
Guilty.
Right? Like, why would you just resign if, nothing's going on? You wake up, she's deceased. Okay, so let me play that clip really quickly. Let me see if I can even... Which one is it? And my noises. I think that's the one I deleted off. Oh, here it goes right here. Guys, I don't know what's going on with the things that are happening to not just us African American women, but women all over the United States. I mean, and children. It's getting to be ridiculous. So I have that up. Let me pull it on here and share it with you guys. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. I don't know why I'm a bit shaky coming back on here. So it's going to be, which one was that I just, protesters. So I mean, with news coverage, this is pretty much all we're getting. Is this small piece of news coverage. I know I shouldn't have got him a new toy because he's been acting up, but I got him a new toy. It's like this flying thing, but he lost it behind the couch. So he's like, I'm interrupting you. So let me pull this up and let me know if you guys can hear it as well. I see you guys coming on in. Right after this clip, we're going to.
You're muted.
You see how you get rusty when you're, away for a little while, just a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so,
That a group of protesters are Treasure Hendrix.
Wait a minute, come on, let's go back. Full screen.
What happened to Chicago woman Treasure Hendrix? That is the question that a group of protesters are demanding the FBI answer. Waving pink flags, this group of 2 to 3 dozen people marched to Chicago FBI headquarters today. The body of 35-year-old Treasure Hendrix was found in an RV on August 19th in the 1500 block of Southwestern Avenue. The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office says an autopsy found a high mixture of drugs in her system and called the death an accidental overdose. But those who knew her believe there is more to her.
Are you guys hearing it?
That Hendrix was found
Yes.
is believed to be
You can
owned
see it
by
as
a
well?
former Chicago
Yes.
police officer
Okay, great.
who resigned the same month she was found.
Resigned the same month she was found. Now, does that make any sense to you guys?
So all it's showing is some kind of sales event.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, so you didn't just see what I just asked you if you can hear and see it?
No, I thought this was like you had a commercial going on in here.
I swear you guys be having me looking straight crazy.
Sorry.
On here.
She'll be right back, guys. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, we could hear it, but just not the video.
Okay, well, tell me if you can see and hear it.
Okay.
Jeez Louise.
Sorry, my bad.
I'm like, oh, you can see it and hear it? Yeah.
No, I can actually hear it, but like the actual video was
I'm
like
not
a getaway.
No. You know what I meant.
I said my bad, y'all.
Okay, skip ad. Do you see that skip of the ad? Did you see that?
No, it just says 7 on there.
Oh my jeez. What's going on? Hold on. You do not see a screen that says protesters demand.
No, it says getaway.
Why is that staying on there? I don't understand. Okay, let me stop sharing it.
And then reshare.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stop sharing, but I'm going to reshare it because I don't know why it's doing that. Share the screen. Guys, bear with me. I love you guys. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because there's two of the same one or something? Let's see. Share. Okay. What do you see?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Now, let me share this. What do you see now?
Get away.
Okay. Okay, great. Now, what do you see now? Did it get bigger?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do this 2 seconds of nonsense.
Skip.
Yeah.
Now I see.
Treasure Hendrix? That is the question that a group of protesters are demanding the FBI answer. Waving pink flags, this group of 2 to 3 dozen people marched to Chicago FBI headquarters today. The body of 35-year-old Treasure Hendrix was found in an RV on August 19th in the 1500 block of Southwestern Avenue. The Cook County Medical Examiner's Office says an autopsy found a high mixture of drugs in her system and called the death an accidental overdose. But those who knew her believe there is more to her death. The RV that Hendrix was found in is believed to be owned by a former Chicago police officer who resigned the same month she was found.
Now, guys, that's what I find to be sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
What made you resign from your position? Why?
Because he's guilty.
So I'm going to show you a picture. No, I'm not. I'm going to go say hi to everybody in the comments. That's what I'm going to do first, so I can ease my nerves right now. So let's see who we got in the building.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Jay. We got Jocelyn. We got you, of course. Fun to be blonde in the building. Jeanette. Who else do we got on here? Preach. Hello, Christina. Buddha. Oh, are you back? I hope you had a wonderful trip to Hawaii and a wonderful trip back. Yes. Oh, look who we got in the building. Haven't seen you in a while. Hi,
Oh, we sure haven't. Hey, lady.
How have you been? Let's see who else we got in. We got 420 in the building. We got Skritzy. Fun to be blonde, always with the life-saving captions.
Mm-hmm.
Fair use. Here we go.
Allegedly.
All statements are allegedly, and to what, we're looking into and finding out as we go.
Right.
So this has been a case that is getting no coverage. This happened, what was it, August 19th? August 19th or 18th?
Yes, ma'am. 19.
Okay, and they just said, hey, she has all these drugs in her system, drug overdose, case closed. But her family is saying she doesn't even do drugs. The most she does is drink alcohol. So it's like, did he do something to her and covered it up with the drugs? Could he have possibly been hanging out with her? They're drinking. He slipped some stuff into her drink. Did they test him to see if he had any drugs or alcohol in his system? I don't believe they did, because in this same month of August, he resigned from his position. So I am now going to show you guys a Facebook page that I found. The dates are a little bit backdated. So I'm like, is this a newer profile or an older profile? I can't request it because she's no longer here. So let me bring up this really quickly. Wait, I thought I removed that. There we go. Stop. Share. I want to know what you guys are thinking about this, because honestly, any content creator covering any of, true crime, anything, please, please, please share this story, because if you look it up, there's nothing at all about it. And they have their own department investigating it. I just don't think that that's right at all or fair for the family.
Right.
So, do you see this up there now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so share. Now do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I found this profile. It says Treasure Nicole Hendrix, and it is in Chicago. So I'm comparing the pictures. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think this is her.
Looks like her.
Yes. And so this last picture on here, and I don't know if this is because I'm not following her, is from January 30th
2013.
of 2013. So I'm going to continue to look into this case, but I'm going to just show you what I found so far. And maybe we can all be Inspector Gadget.
Yes, a lady. Yes, it is.
So let's take a look. And then we're going to look at the officer that they say there's many, many pictures. So if we look at comments, trying to see, hey, we have someone else with the last name Hendrix. And this is not to dox anybody or anything like that. This is on Facebook. So, just trying to see what's going on.
There's her pictures.
Here we go.
Those are her pictures.
It says November 8th. Okay. So let's see. We're doing this together, y'all. Let's see what we find. So, though an autopsy found Hendrix died of an accidental drug overdose, her family has many questions about the circumstances surrounding her death. They said they've been met with silence from investigators and are calling on the FBI to investigate. Okay. So here's Treasure and them doing the protest. So the family of the woman found dead in a Chicago police officer's RV is calling on law enforcement to further investigate what happened to Treasure Nicole Hendrix. But they say they've been shut out by authorities so far. Hendrix, age 35, was found dead on August 19th in an RV trailer in the 1500 block of Southwestern Avenue. Police said the officer who owns the RV has since resigned from the department. Police spokesman Thomas Ahern said, okay, so I think we're doing the same sentence from before. Though an autopsy found Hendrix died of an accidental drug overdose, her family and friends said they have questions surrounding the circumstances of her death and have been met with silence from investigators. On Sunday, Hendrix's family and their supporters held a march to protest the way police have handled the case. They carried pink balloons and pink flags and wore pink clothes to honor Hendrix, as her favorite color was pink. After gathering in the parking lot where Hendrix's body was found, which is about a block from Cinespace Film Studios, hopefully that was right, dozens of people marched to the FBI Chicago field office at 2111 West Roosevelt Road. Okay. We want answers. We want FBI involved, said Tamiko Holt, a spokesperson for the family. Hendrix's family put up a banner that said "Justice for Treasure" while the crowd shouted, "No justice, no peace." The family said investigators haven't updated them on the case, and they have unanswered questions about what happened to Hendrix. The autopsy found Treasure Hendrix had alcohol, cocaine, fentanyl, meth, and MDMA in her system at the time of her death. MDMA being ecstasy, Molly, that category of drugs. By Tracy Maxley Hendrix' aunt said Treasure drank but did not do hard drugs. So from my understanding, hard drugs would be everything else but marijuana. So she also had bruises on her face and swollen lips, like as if she hit something or something hit her. She didn't do that to herself, Tracy Maxey says. Okay, let's go down some more. Hold on. Yunu needs me to mute her real quick. Let me get back to over there. Where was it? Where were we? Now I'm lost. Hold on, guys. Uh-oh. Where were we? Uh-oh, did I lose it? Okay, no. Okay. So, now it says, Hendrix family has asked for a private medical investigation as they wait for the results. Ahorn said there's an open death investigation for Hendrix and confirmed the officer who owns the RV where her body was found has resigned. Ahorn did not respond to further questions. The former officer could not be reached for comment. Block Club is not naming him since he has not been charged with any crime. Hendrix' family said they are outraged by the silence from police and the authorities. Okay, let me scoot it some more. We had to become detectives ourselves because nobody told us anything. Nobody ever knocked on my door to tell me that my treasure has passed, Maxey said. So let's go down some more. The day after Treasure Hendrix died, a man who the family does not know knocked on the door of Cynthia Hendrix, Treasure's mother, and told her Treasure's car was abandoned in a parking lot and they needed to contact the police, Maxey said. Once they reached the police, Cynthia Hendrix and her sister were told to speak with the detectives, and they weren't given any other information, Maxey said. The sister drove around the area looking for Treasure Hendrix, unaware that she was dead, Maxey said. Treasure Hendrix' laptop was there, but completely wiped. Now, why would she do that? And her phone and her shoes were missing from her person, said the family. Okay, now let's scoot it up a little bit more. When we found Treasure's car in the parking lot, it had been wiped out. So not only the car, but her laptop also. Her laptop was there, but it was completely empty. Maxey said, we met a gentleman that told us that the police was there the day before. He said they took away the body of a Black woman from the RV park near Treasure's car. That's how we found out my niece was dead. That's also when Hendrix' family started trying to figure out what happened to her. They reached out to the morgue to ask for the autopsy results. Asked the police for her information and spoke with anyone who could give details about Hendrix' death, Maxey said. That's how they learned the officer who owned the RV resigned about a week after Hendrix' death, Maxie said. The officer and Hendrix were friends and had known each other for 4 or 5 years, said Mother Cynthia Hendrix, who also met him one night when he invited her for dinner with her daughter. He knows where she lives. He knows where she lives, but has not shown up to tell her what happened, Cynthia Hendrix said. So if you have met this woman's mother and she passed away in your presence, in your RV, why would you not contact her? You're a police officer. Why would you not reach out to her to, see if she found out, console her, anything? That's what makes this guy sketchy to me. Let's see, where were we at? Okay. While Treasure Hendrix' family investigated, they also shared the story on social media, where word of her death and the questions surrounding went viral. Now they're saying that, but I'm looking, and there's not a lot about her. So like I said, anybody out there, content creators, even if this is not, what you deal with and it's not your niche, I guess, I would just appreciate if you just even put it on your community board. All of us need to come together and keep things like this in the public eye, because with him being a police officer, it's like your friends investigating you for something. They're going to cover it up. So yeah, lost for words. Holt, the family spokesperson, said she got involved in the case after seeing flyers the family had put up asking for information. I'm a Black woman that cares, Holt said. I don't appreciate what happened to Treasure Hendrix, and I'm scared to find out just how many other Black women get investigations that go exactly this way. Let's see. All right. Lolita Hendrix, an aunt of Treasure, spoke at the end of Sunday's march, pleading with people to share information and tell them what happened to property in Hendrix's car. It's my fish tank. They're throwing rocks against the glass. Yes, Treasure was a beautiful spirit, and she deserves respect. She deserves dignity, and she deserves someone to comfort her mom and tell her, I'm sorry your daughter passed away, she said. Maxie said their family wants a proper investigation. Why did the officer resign? Maxie said. Why did he not call Treasure's mom to let her know what happened? Why was my niece's laptop wiped out? There are too many unanswered questions. So, that is where we are. I'm going to come to the comments. I can show some more things, but I do want to read something in a second of what her family members have posted on Facebook. So I am going to also drop the link so that way you guys can hop up and speak about it. You knew. How do you feel about this?
I feel he's guilty. That's why he's resigning. Mm-hmm. Nobody resigns if they're not guilty. 2, why are her shoes and her products are missing? Why is there stuff being wiped out? What information is in there? Is there a place where you guys were calling for drugs to order to go pick up some drugs from whoever? Right. Is that why you're wiping it out? There's a reason behind all that wiping, all that cleaning.
Her car as well.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Code Honor. At it again, media. I mean, that says it all right there.
Period.
Yes. And if I didn't say his name is Charlie Bell. And this is in Chicago, Illinois. I know we got some subbies in here in the chat that are from that area, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yes, a lady. That is a great thing to check into. They need to check to see if she was pregnant. Could he have wanted to meet up with her? Because word around streets is he said at that time, no, they weren't, she was just visiting. But he had relationships with her in the past.
Oh, okay. That
He
changes
said he had
that.
relationships with her in the past when he was asked. But that night, they weren't doing, anything. They slept separately. He woke up, she was like that. He tried to give her CPR, chest compressions.
Why did she have bruises on her face, though? Why did she have bruises on her face?
They said
you don't do chest compressing with somebody's face.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, they said either something hit her or she hit something.
Yeah, while she was trying to either run from him or he hit her with his hands.
Trying to get away.
Yeah.
I mean, and we could look more into this, the Facebook as well. So I'm going to just still go through some of the comments. You guys don't be afraid to hop up on panel. This is an open panel, not for only content creators. Anyone that has anything to say, click the link, hop on up, let's talk. We have Jeanette in the building.
All opinions.
Hello, Jeanette. How are you?
Welcomed.
Oh, I'm good. Did they say anything about doing a rape kit on her?
They have not. They have not.
So, to me, that's the first thing that I would think to do, because she had ecstasy in her system, and the family's saying that she did not do drugs like that.
Exactly. They said she did not do hard drugs. So with them saying that, I would think, yeah, she may have smoked a little bit of marijuana, drinking. I mean, that's not hard drugs. It's legal in pretty much almost all the states, almost. They said she had alcohol, cocaine, fentanyl, meth, and ecstasy. Who knows what she could have died from? A heart attack? You're doing uppers with downers. Your body doesn't know what to, do.
What's left and what's right.
Even if say she were to do the cocaine, it could have fentanyl in it as well. I mean, meth. I mean, it's just a lot. I'm wondering, has the family ever seen her? I mean,
I'm just saying,
it just sounds like too much.
I'm saying it wouldn't be the first time a man ever slipped a woman drugs,
right,
for a good time, and I think that happens more than what we talk about.
Right, you're right. So it could even be that, yeah, they did meet up to have a good time. So like you're saying, did they do a rape kit? Even if she was not, okay, I'm saying the wrong word, sorry, even if they did a SA kit on her and they found that something was done, I think they would be able to tell if it was by forced or consensual. Because if he's lying about them not having any relations at all, and they find his bodily fluids are, on her body or anything like that, then hey, what are you lying for? If you guys were meeting up for a good time, why not say that?
Right.
If you guys were meeting up for a good time, she got a little too far with whatever she was doing, and she passed away that way, you still should speak up, because now it's making you seem a little sketchy. A week after, was he already going to resign?
No, I feel like he did. I feel like he probably said something and they advised him to resign.
Right. Before it got too messy.
Because there's activities that you're not supposed to do as a police officer, and you shouldn't be involved with people that are doing drugs.
Exactly. And my question is, did they test him at all? Was he given a drug test?
So, like, that's one thing I was telling you is there are some drugs that will seep through your system. So, like, he would have an excuse even if he was given a drug test and it came back with low levels.
And I understand what you're saying fully and completely. But they're going to be such a low level of it, they're going to be able to tell whether he did it as well or it's from contact. So that's not going to be too big of an excuse for me once they check the levels of it. Like they'll be like, oh, they had, this percent of whatever in their system. He said he gave her mouth to mouth chest compressions. It can be in her mouth and he get a little bit of contact. But is that going to show up as if he were to do the cocaine himself? If he were to take the MDMA himself?
Right. So MDMA, what is that again? And
it is ecstasy,
like
Molly,
okay.
The party feel-good drug. Streets said he did it. His van, he was the last to drive it, last to see her. How can the car be the crime scene clean? Yeah, it was his RV. She was found in the RV. Yeah. I don't understand how it could be cleaned. Unless she went to wash her car before she came there, deleted her computer and her laptop, lost her phone. It's just too many little pieces that don't make sense.
Yeah.
A lady says this is payback for Black Lives Matter demonstrations. In my honest opinion, cops weren't really looking into crimes on Black people like that. Yeah, this is so recent though, A lady. It's like, Christina, yes, he needs to go to jail. He did it to her. I'm just providing you guys with what I found, and you guys make your own decision. You guys know I don't, push a narrative anyway. So let's see. What else do we got here?
I think the media raised a flag. They didn't all the way say it.
They said what?
The media, when you played the report, the reporter raised a flag about that. She didn't go all the way in it, but she did wave the flag, like that there's something going on with that officer.
Yes. For them not to, push this out to an outside police department says a lot to me. Because why are his own peers investigating this? This is a conflict of interest to me.
Right.
It just doesn't, it shouldn't even be allowed.
Yes. So police departments have internal affairs. And they do, like, they investigate from within.
Right.
So I'm not sure, like, how often they somebody outside comes to investigate. Sometimes like the FBI will come investigate if there's a civil rights issue. But like for the most part they do investigate from within. And that's a problem. That's been an ongoing problem.
Yes, I'm just like, in this situation, to me, he can know people in, that part of it.
The higher up.
And I'm sure he does. So Let me type his name in here.
How many years was he with them?
With them, or how many years have she known him? What are you saying?
How many years was he with that department? Does it say?
Oh, I'm unsure of how many years he was with the department. I know that the mom said she was been, seeing this man 4 to 5 years. Why can't I think of his last name right now? Dang. Charlie. I just had it in my head. Well, I drew a blank. What's his name? Charlie.
Hold on, I'm looking it up now.
I'm like, dang, it just slipped my tongue right now. Now that so much is going on in my head right now. A lady says, so she was in his presence when she was ingesting drugs. Yes. And he's an officer. To me, he shouldn't even be around that. So that says a lot about his character. Charlie Bell. Boom.
Bell.
I'm like, dang, I can't think of it.
I was about to pull it up right when you said found out. All right, let me see how long he's been with the police department.
Okay, Charlie Bell, Chicago Police Department. Let me pull up a picture of him right quick. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, y'all. Images. Here we go. Let me bring this up. Let me actually bring it up while all of you guys are in here. So let me stop this. Sure.
He's been with them since October 1999, October 4th, 1999, until this present time.
Okay. Guys, it doesn't sound right.
46 years old, white male. His badge number is 10560. He also had another badge number 13943 18872. He's a police officer, unit 012, district 012.
Give it to him, sis. Give it to him. So here's a picture of him. Can you guys see this? Can you guys see this right here?
Yeah, that's
what after you guys.
I mean, he had a while to go for retirement, but he's been there too many years to just like walk off and not retire from there.
Yeah.
Right. Why wouldn't you just get retirement?
He also had 3 allegations on him from other officers, 28% of other officers, and use of force reports on him, 63%.
Are you guys hearing this?
And 3 civilian complaints, 12 honorable mentions, more than 69% of other officers.
So I don't know what's going on in Chicago. I hear a lot about Chicago. Isn't Addict from Chicago? You know?
Yes.
So, Addict, if you're in the building, can you pop up, please? I have a few questions. So, you guys can even see the tab that I clicked on. That's why it's not going over to it. But, yeah, so this is him. Let me see what this says on here. It says, pictured is Chicago police officer Charlie Bell and Treasure Hendrix. Treasure was found dead August 18th. See, that's why I'm getting confused because I see 19th and 18th.
They said 19th earlier.
So was this the 18th going into the 19th possible? Yeah, because he said it was in the morning. So,
yeah.
Okay. August 18th, 2021, an officer Charlie Bell's personal RV trailer home parked in a lot on 15th and Western Avenue. Why is Chicago PD detectives Montero, who is investigating the murder? I'm sorry, guys, it's so small on my screen. The murder, threatening Treasure's family if they continue to seek info by sharing flyers on social media, trying to find out about what happened to her because Chicago Police Department isn't helping. So that's on New Era Chicago. I believe is that Facebook, Twitter.
So she
So
was in his presence, she said, when he was investing when she was ingesting drugs, but maybe she didn't even know she was ingesting drugs
exactly. She
until
probably didn't even know what was going on. And once he got her to that point, she's gone, you know?
Yeah.
and if
He,
he didn't know what he was doing because he mixed a bunch of different drugs.
Exactly. Hey, at it. All right.
2000 on August 28th, 2011, conduct unbecoming off duty. Those are some of his complaints. Operation
I
personal
wonder how
violation.
they met.
I don't know.
You
Illegal
know?
search.
Illegal searches. So he's
Hmm.
just grimy altogether. Grimy.
And they say no action was taken.
So he does kind of have pull. He was there from what? 19 what?
1999, October 4th, 1999.
At it again.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
Are you
sweetie.
familiar with this area? How are you doing?
I am doing great in yourself.
I'm doing okay.
Nice seeing everyone.
Nice
Hello.
seeing you.
You,
Hey,
In a little while.
I know. I was like, where is everyone?
Yeah, I needed a little time off.
Right.
I feel a lot better, but it's
It
just
is.
life.
I know. I know. I
So
like your background.
thanks. I turned everything around because I was gonna have my monitor behind me, but I
Mhm.
like it better because I can see. It's bigger. So I
Okay.
just flipped everything around. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Well, that's why I asked the question. Is this the story about the girl that was found in a police van that had been sitting up there for weeks?
No. Another content creator was saying it reminds her of the same situation.
Okay.
No, this happened in your area. I don't not the exact area, you know what I'm saying? It said 15th and Western.
Oh, that's
It
on that side of town. No, I'm in
okay.
the better side of town.
Okay. So it was in an RV trailer motorhome type situation.
Mm.
Her car was parked right on the outside of it. Her car was cleaned on the inside. Her phone is missing. Her shoes are missing. Her computer wiped out. She has bruises on her face. He says
So
he was giving her chest compression. She had alcohol, cocaine, fentanyl, meth, and ecstasy, MDMA in her system.
all of that could be ingested by that officer. They do dirty stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
to make themselves look good.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that area, yeah, anything is possible. I don't know what her story is like,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times women do things for a piece of change. But, it all depends on who it is with. But these
Right.
officers out here, they are maniacal, because I could say from my personal experience
Mm-hmm.
that for no reason I was targeted, and they pulled me over, and then they searched my car, and they said they pulled out a bunch of whack ass weed. I don't do weed like that. No, no,
Right.
no. They were like, so you're gonna tell us who out here selling? And I told them, then I'm doing your job. I
Right.
don't think so. You
Right.
gotta come
Am I
again.
getting paid?
Right. No, I'm not getting paid. They said, well, we'll see you in court. And I said, I'll see you in court. We're not taking no
Wow.
down
And
call for that.
you knew? Didn't you say he was what did he do? Didn't he get caught for doing something like that?
He was doing illegal search, and it says no affidavit, no action taken. Operation personal violation, unfounded, no action taken. conduct unbecoming, off duty, no affidavit, and no action taken.
Yep, they
Mm,
can do that. They can do that. They plant things on you, and they with this lady's situation, he could have ingested her with that stuff
yeah.
even after her demise.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is what they will find in her. This
Right.
is what
Yeah.
those people do.
Hmm.
Yep.
Because I want to know what the bruises and things were. Hey,
Yeah.
Zena, how are you?
How are
How are
you?
you doing?
And there is 3 civilian complaints on him as well.
I want to tell Shay, thank you for that quick thinking. Also, I believe a lady also helped me out with that quick thinking. It's put 1999 in there. So thank you guys. It kind of slipped my mind when I went to look for it. But so you're saying, because you said this. So do you think that's what's going on in this situation? Like they're covering for him? Do you think they may have found something that they kind of don't want to push out because they said they're not asking him or pushing anything because he hasn't been charged with any crime.
Well, look at the situation. He's
Right,
white, he's black. It's another one off the map.
right.
Why push it further? Does she have kids?
Not that I know of. This is something that was kind of thrown at me, and I seen it. I was like, I gotta step in and do this one because I
I think
need
it's
all of us to be talking about this. It has to stop.
I think it's possible that they have made him resign, but
Hmm.
they're pushing it under the rug because there may be a potential giant lawsuit against that police department,
Of
Hmm.
course. Another one
Wrongful
against
death.
Chicago.
right, that they don't want to have to deal with.
Exactly. So
And he
that just
has use
shows
of
you how much
force.
our lives matter.
And he has
They
4
don't.
use of force. So,
With the bruising and stuff on her face, it's like, where did that come from?
yeah.
Where did that come from? So many questions. If they weren't dating, why was he driving her vehicle? I don't know about the driving her vehicle. I know that her vehicle was found parked right outside of his RV.
He lived in an RV?
Yeah, a RV, a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know
Okay.
that area, 15th and Western?
And that we call that automotive city because that's where they sell all the used cars down off
Mm.
Western. But
I could kind of picture that area because of where I live. There's an area like that, and there's a bunch of mobile homes, and it just looks, yeah.
yeah. So that explains a lot. But the thing is with him and her, it could be possible how they met or what
Mm,
transpired from that. But again, in blue, they stick up for
exactly.
each other, no matter what.
I could see that from where it says that they didn't do anything to him. It says sustained, no disciplined, 0 disciplined. He didn't just get disciplined for any of this stuff.
Right,
Right,
right. And they usually don't. And when those guys set me up like that, instantly in my mind, I went into warrior mode.
right,
And my idea at that time was I'm going to follow each of them. I want to find out where they live. And I'm going to do what they did to me.
right.
That's what I thought about. And it hit me, it said, do you want to spend the rest of your life in jail? I said, nope.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you know they're going to flip the narrative real quick on there.
Very quick. And
It, it,
some years later, I was working at a gas station. I worked in 2 jobs, and I working at a gas station. And one of the guys came in there, and he did not recognize me from Adam. And I'm
Mm.
looking at him like, you tried to
mm,
ruin my life.
right.
And here
Mm-hmm.
you are asking me for 10 on pump 5. You know?
Right.
It's just
You're like,
crazy, but they stick with each other, and it's something that gotta give. Because I don't know how many honest cops we have out there,
right.
that will say, no, that's not right. They
Hmm.
scared to go against their force because they know it might affect them.
Right. Right. I mean, I believe anybody that's you know, in the blue uniform, if it's not a big, a large amount of them going against what one person is doing,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it just overrides everything. They're going to go, it's like with whatever, it's because they don't want to look like they are not supporting another member in it, even though they can see an officer put the drugs in there. I mean, like, oop, looking through your stuff. Oh, look at what I found.
Right.
You know,
And won't say anything.
and won't say anything. And
Just
here you are going to court. They already probably know your financial situation. You're not going to get a lawyer. You're not going to fight them. You know?
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
did you have something you wanted me to throw up there?
You knew look very busy. What's she doing? She playing video game. I saw her.
No,
No,
I'm
it's her
looking up
little
everything. I'm looking up
thing.
everything. Oh,
I
you
saw
talking
you.
about my lighting?
I saw you on the AR.
Oh, that.
Oh, like, okay.
No, I was actually looking at the different summary and complaints that they have on him, and it says complaint alleges that he was illegally stopped. This is one of the people that are complaining about it, and searched during a traffic stop. Complainant alleges that he did not give officer permission to search his vehicle. Complaint noted that accused officers claimed that the stop was due to obstruction of view. Complaint had cell phone mount on windshield. He alleges that one of the officers was verbally aggressive and rude.
Mm-hmm.
Complaint also alleges that accused officers did not activate a BWC until after he asked the officer, "Is this being recorded?"
So he didn't turn his thing on. Who was
Right.
arguing with us saying that, they have no control over it? And I'm like, no, they can turn it off and turn it on.
No,
Someone you're talking to.
Jeanette,
no.
Was it Jeanette?
What
we
I'm
were
saying?
talking about it to Jeanette,
No, I'm telling you
which is
though, because I asked about it.
Okay.
As soon as the call goes in, it's like a 30-second delay. It records 30 seconds before, so it's always it's passively recording. I talked to my brother about it. It's
I
passive.
understand. So then, is that just only where your brother is? Because I know of too many cases where they don't have any video because, they forgot to turn it on. Oh, they're missing it. Different situations like that. So how is that?
yeah, they said that he alleges was approximately 7 minutes after the initial stop. So 7 minutes into the stop, they didn't record anything until he said something about it
And it only take 1 second for anything
to
to
turn
happen.
it on.
Exactly.
So they need to
For
rethink
anything
that.
to happen. That 1 second could have been, oh, she reached for something, so I had to shoot her.
Right. So, so that's where you go, China.
Was he
Petition, a petition to start those cam dash at 1 second or more.
Mm-hmm.
Start the cam dash.
Their body cam is what I have a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it should be constantly on. I know it may take up, whatever, but as soon as they call in whatever and they're doing a stop, it should turn on. But they can also alter that because they don't have to call it in.
Right.
They had a case where a guy pulled over a lady, a police officer, and he was flirting with her, right?
Uh-huh.
And he got in trouble for this. He covered the camera with his hand and the mic. And he got in trouble for that. But if he could just have turned it off by himself, You don't think he would have? He couldn't. And that's why he covered the camera and the
I
mic. So
believe
he
once
got in
it's
trouble.
on, it's on.
Yeah.
But if they come on a stop and they don't even call it in, like the guy that was essaying a lot of, African American women that he knew that were just on the street,
Right.
he would SA them. He would not turn it on, and he wouldn't even call it in. And they would be like, wait, so why was your car over here? That's not even in your route. But they had to investigate it to even find that out. Because when he was pulling them over for whatever he made up, he wasn't even calling it in.
Mm-hmm.
He
That
was
is so
telling them,
crazy.
oh, no, you have to perform this, or, I will write you a ticket.
So your employer can keep a track of everything that you do, but the police force can't keep a track of every place that their officers are.
Right.
I have a question for you, Added. Police officers, are they paid very well?
Yes.
They
I'm talking about
from what I
in
learned,
Chicago,
like
Illinois.
new recruits out where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
Chicago police don't get paid as much as suburban police. And
Okay.
that's sad because not a lot of crime happened in the suburbs. It happened in Chicago. So
Because
somebody new coming in could start off at 50,000, whereas in the suburb they start off at 70.
Yeah, because he started working there since 1999, right? Of what month did I say? October 4th, 1999. But he's an officer all that time, from all that time. He
Right.
never got an he never got promoted. So he had a lot of complaints on him, and that's probably why he didn't get promoted. And for him to live in an RV, but then again, I just saw what Shay said. His house he uses as an Airbnb,
That's
and
how he
stayed
get
in the
extra
RV
money.
while his house was occupied. So he was making more money by using his house as an Airbnb.
Oh, that's smart. I ain't think of that.
And then he lived in an RV. So that means he wasn't making that much money in order for him to be doing all that.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why some of them
Shay
go
had
rogue.
there.
But that's sad that you've been there since 1999 and you're behind, can't get a promotion. You're doing wrong. That's why you're not getting promoted.
Like most of them try to get promoted to be detective.
And he's staying as a police officer, straight police officer, the whole time.
Yes. Yes.
I have a question. I see someone in the comments named comedian L. Hendrix. Is there any relationship to Treasure of any kind? If so, feel free to hop up on panel if you have more on what's going on in this case. I'm going to drop the link. Anyone else can pick up this link and
Shay's faith.
Go ahead and feel free to say any and everything you feel. We do not whether we agree or disagree, everybody is welcome to their opinion.
All opinions are welcomed.
Exactly. I'm worried that this is just going to be another situation where the cops get away from it. Even things like the Sandra Bland situation. How does something so minor blow up so big that you're tussling with this girl? Okay? Because she's recording you because you feel a little bit,
right,
less powerful. Then she ends up dead. I was earlier looking at how many African Americans wind up dead in just the beginning processes of getting booked in. When they're just sitting in the room waiting for what's next. They're screaming either I can't breathe or, I need some waters. Help me. They're being laughed at. You'll see them go peek in the window, walk away, leave them for hours, and come back. They're unresponsive. Now they want to whip into action. And then it's swept under the rug. It's disgusting.
I remember Sandra Bland.
When I was engaged to my husband, his cousin got killed
Uh-huh.
by the Tulare Police Department, the same department my brother works for.
Okay.
Wow.
My brother didn't work for them at the time,
Uh-huh.
but the allegation was that they like shoved a nightstick down his throat.
Ooh.
What?
The police department said no, like his lungs collapsed because he was doing drugs. And the FBI came down and investigated that. At the time, they didn't have Black officers on that department,
Mm-hmm.
and investigated that, and it was swept under the rug. Nothing happened, but then they started hiring Black police officers, which is how my brother got on that department. They,
Right.
you know what I mean? They paid for his academy to
Mm-hmm.
go through the academy, but so it does happen where they sweep things under the rug,
Right.
because I've seen it happen with,
Of course,
my family.
they take care of their own.
Yes, they do. I was 23, and the same thing that happened to George Floyd happened to my uncle. It was a domestic dispute between my uncle and his wife, and they came in. My uncle was like 6'3", and they manhandled him, and he said he couldn't breathe, and they just continued to do what they do, put the pressure on him. My uncle, his brother was the only one trying to pursue that case. Unfortunately, he passed away as well.
Wow.
Yes. So it's not easy for us out here, but the reason that we are all on here is to educate everyone else and focus on what we need to do. Forget all that. Don't worry about no damn Jordans. Forget the Jordans. They ain't gonna save your life. They might take away your life. I saw a body because of some Jordans. No, they're not gonna save your life. We are here to protect our own and educate our own.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, you knew, and
Mm.
our own. Because you say you Arabic, but I know you guys go through so much and you watch news and all the stuff that's going on where you from, or I don't your people are from.
Yeah, no, I don't worry about that. I'm not. I am Arabic, but I'm not into my nationality. Like I was 7 years old, so I don't know anything about it. I
Oh,
don't listen to the news about it. I just listen to the U.S. things that's going on in the U.S. What's going on over there, I really don't know anything about it, but I do know what's going on in the U.S. And I feel like there's a lot of things that are very sketchy.
right.
Things need to get, this world need to get turned upside down to get right. I'm just saying.
Yep.
So how can 4 women do that?
That's where it could start. Doesn't mean we're gonna be the ones, but that's where we could start. I mean, we just need to get a lot of people who's gonna follow and who have the same ideas and thoughts.
Right. I mean, it starts from everyone
Having
speaking on
enough.
putting it out there to where it's not that they can just say, I'm not going to look into this. No, it's too many of us now. We gotta make a ruckus. They keep telling us do it in silence. Silence is getting us nowhere. Nowhere. You guys need to listen. Wake up.
People got to have enough of this. That's what it is. Until they have enough of this crap that's going on out here, nothing's going to get done.
At all. Nothing.
It's almost like they're watching a movie every day. It's becoming a norm, and it should not be that, but that's what it is.
So it's almost like we have to hurt the economy like they did back in the 50s and 60s.
Exactly. We got to make
moves.
a dent in something, because otherwise we're just being, they don't look at anything that we're saying. Yeah, I hear the Black Lives Matter. Yeah, but to me it's just like, okay, we'll wait till they're done screaming about it and we'll go back to doing whatever we was doing, how we were doing it.
Right.
We're not taken serious at all.
Well, I can tell you why some of the things that are not being taken serious. I think a lot of it has to do with people who worry. They start like trying to make money. They want people to donate, donate, donate. Everything's about donating. And that's not what it should be about.
Right.
I'm not saying you got to
want-
take it out your own pocket, but if you get everybody to do it, all that money together could get put together. Stop worrying about having people donating and go
and the
fund me
ones
this,
that
go
are
fund me
doing
that.
it out of, you know, donate to me. And what are you doing? Have you stepped outside of your house? Have you made any phone calls? What are you doing to help the cause other than yelling that you're doing something online?
Exactly.
But again, look at where we at right now. We in a YouTube universe where we conversing with each other via this method.
Right.
If we have a solar storm, we won't be able to do any of that.
Exactly.
So again, it goes back to bringing back the old, you know, going out and marching, or not marching. I'm sorry, marching don't get nothing. But getting together a group, and like I said, the petition. You need
Yeah, because if they want to shut us down, they literally could pick us one by one and shut down your profile.
Yep.
Right. Shut you up like that. Then what do you have? Nothing.
Nothing. That's what they're leading us to. That's what they're leading us to, because they know that's what we relying on. And that's where everything is going to, this online intervention type thing.
Right.
That's what they leading us to, and we becoming dependent on it. I could not find a walkie-talkie for nothing. I was trying to find a four-way walkie-talkie so I could, you know, communicate with my sister just in case something go down.
Right.
You could probably find some at Radio Shack, because that's where we found ours.
All our Radio Shacks are gone.
Okay, what about Amazon? Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon.
You guys have a Radio Shack?
Yes, we do.
Hey, Just Star. Hope your birthday was amazing.
One in a many.
How are you?
Happy belated birthday.
Hey, Preach.
No, okay, so what do you guys think about the hey Preach? The protesting. I feel like, I know they're protesting for a reason, and then they need the protesting, but it seemed like every time they protest, they use that as to get people in, imprison them.
Yeah.
Is there something different besides protesting and constantly trying to get people to put money in people's pockets? Shouldn't there be like maybe they got to go high enough up to make like have people sign, and then one person or whoever, a certain amount of people go into that, I don't know, in front of the judge or whoever they got to go in front of and say, look, I have a list of this many people. We need to do we need to do something about this, and this, and that.
Yeah,
do you think that's better?
That's the federal courts, right?
Right. So wouldn't that be better than protesting and getting put in jail? Every time you open your mouth, they want to put you in jail.
I mean, but I don't understand this. Okay. So when it came to like the Cal City boys, you see how it was such a big thing, and they let people stand outside of them people's house and protest as long as they want to. No one, I don't think, went to jail.
Right. When it has something to do with the police.
They pick and choose when it's disturbing the peace.
Right. When they're protesting against the police is when it becomes a problem. Yes.
Right.
Because
if you're in a big crowd,
you could come in front of my house and probably have about 1 million people protesting. They're not going to do nothing. But if I work in the police station, they're going to be like, hey, start getting these people up out of here, get people out of my yard. Because I'm working with the police or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it does have something to do with that. A lot of the times that I see people get arrested, it has something to do with either a judge, a police, or anything that has to do with, getting arrested or going to jail. Those are the ones they get you for protesting in front of. That's how I feel.
You know what I seen? I know you guys don't want to hear about it, but
go ahead.
With the Gabby Petito situation, right? You would see cops roll by when they were protesting about the Cal City boys. You would see the police presence being there. There, they were kind of like, just let them do what they want to do. They're on bullhorns, yelling, screaming. You didn't see them out there trying to calm them down at all.
Nope.
So
Nope.
it's like there's different standards for different people, and we
Right,
see
because
that,
we've been
and a
known
lot
to
of people
get
keep it
rowdy,
hush. Huh?
rowdy. We talk loud. We got
Yeah,
all kinds of issue going against us. But that's the problem. It's not with everyone. Cause every white person out there is not for every white person. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they for everyone, but not just the white people. And then we got black people that just not for black people. But
Right.
they put us in this category, or what do you call that?
Everybody's the same in that nationality, or that African Americans are like this,
Yes,
white people
yes.
are like this,
It's called
Asians
a
are
it's
like
called a
this.
stereotype.
There you go.
Stereotyping. Exactly.
Profiling.
Profiling,
Well,
stereotyping. Yes, that type of thing.
same thing.
That's why. But that's the thing is that's the ignorance in them that believe that everything is the same with with this nationality. African
right.
Americans are like this, white people are like this. And a lot of times people say, "Oh, she talk like she's white. Oh, she talk like she's black." No, you either talk like you urban or you talking like you
Valley girl, whatever
Come
you,
from some
it's
money.
whatever your surroundings is.
right.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever your
Right.
Yeah,
surroundings is.
she's right though. It's either affluence or urban. And if you're white, it's going to be like more of a white southern kind of. And if you're southern black, it's going to be more of a black
And it's
southern. But
more like
it's
a
an affluent.
it's called proper speaking or urban speaking. To me, that's
Right,
what it
right.
is.
I like the
That's
word
what
affluence because I think it puts a picture in people's mind of coming from a more a place of a higher, not a
There we
higher
go,
standard
John.
of being,
There
because
we
there's
go,
some
John.
assholes on every
There we
level.
educated.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Educated.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh,
Because
and
I
and
get
I,
mad when people
Yeah.
like, you talk white, you talk valley. No, I don't talk white or valley. I
I
sound
get that.
nothing like the Caucasian girls in California. We have two different,
what happened?
but if I go
Fell
to
off.
the South, they'll say I talk different. So I don't know, people are, they say what they say.
I've told you guys I listen to a lot of Dick Gregory, and one thing he said I found it was really interesting because he looks at
Gregory.
he would spend money. Dick Gregory would spend money to look at statistics that people don't usually look at. And one day he was like, I wonder, like when it comes to children that are raised in a certain tax bracket, or what parents that went to college and parents that didn't go to college. The children with parents that went to college, their vocabulary would consist of between 15,000 and like 20,000 and up words, right? The children with parents who didn't go to college, their vocabulary would consist of like 5,000
Mhm.
on average, and like teeter a little bit up and down.
So it's based off of their social economic status,
Right. And the
which is
vocabulary
what
is very
most
important.
of society put us in when they see you're black, you live here, you make this much, this is where you at, this your level.
Right. They want to put everybody in categories and brackets, and
Right.
this stays here. And it's like, what if a child wants to move outside of that? They try everything to keep you stunted. And it's like, no, some of us want to get past that. But oh, no, your family lives in this area. You stay in that area.
Right.
I mean,
Shouldn't be
yeah.
like that. It shouldn't, but it is.
Hey,
I
Josh.
mean,
Hello, Jostar.
you
How
know.
are you?
Hey,
Hello,
Josiah.
Josh Star. What's up, Queen? I think the vocabulary is important because not only will a larger vocabulary help that child navigate through the world better,
Mhm.
because they're gonna, like when people speak on high levels to them, they'll be able to acknowledge that. But when a person feels as though they're speaking on a high level to a person who's not comprehending, they automatically in their brain put that person in a category. Like, oh, I can't speak to this person about finance. They know nothing about money. They're wasting my time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, this person is in this job interview and when I asked them what were their strengths and goals, they looked at me like I was crazy. You know, like so it's important to like have that in your brain because I feel like, you know, apart from where you're put at, those human interactions put us in certain spaces. And
Right.
we walk past people every day that could change our lives, but we didn't have the conversation because how could we? That's like someone walking down the street asking every single person to have a personal conversation with them. They're gonna call the police on you the first person you try to do that to.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's not normal. You see what I'm saying?
Hello, everyone.
Well,
Hello.
not
Hey,
What's up, Josh?
only
John.
that,
Hey,
one of the things that
Hey,
I
how are
know
Shay.
you?
is that
Not only
we're
will
teaching.
Wait, we
I'm
have
sorry.
feedback.
We're
it
teaching
might
our
be Josh.
kids
Yeah.
to go to school, graduate out of high school, go to college, but we're not teaching them the real world facts, such
Right.
as this is what you need to know if you want to get your own apartment. This is what you need to know if you want to buy your own car. This is
Mm.
what you need to know if you want to start your own business. We
Right.
don't teach our kids
They
those
don't teach you
facts.
taxes. You get out of college, you get out of school, you're an adult now. You're like, wait, huh? What
Right.
is that? They're
How to
not
read your
teaching
paycheck,
basic world knowledge that you need.
how taxes are calculated, things
Right.
like that. We don't teach our kids, and therefore they're going through life like, blah,
And
blah, blah,
Hey,
Excuse me.
John,
blah.
change our
Excuse
lives, but
me.
we didn't have the conversation because how could we?
I think you
That's
have
like
like
someone
another window
walking down the
open.
street asking every
That's
single
what I
person.
was.
She got that YouTube.
Yeah,
So
she got her
either
YouTube
keep
open.
I mean, turn the YouTube on.
Okay, I did.
All right.
Yeah,
I did.
Okay,
there
there
Okay,
we
we
go.
now
go.
I can hear. Okay,
There
I
you
was wondering what was going on. Thank you.
go.
Okay.
You
Well,
could.
So
What
I
what
was
would
you gonna
like to
say, John?
intercede here. Okay. Basically, I wanted to add is that my child, I taught my children home. Homeschooled my children
Okay.
because I work nights and I homeschooled them throughout the day.
Okay.
Once they learned the alphabet, their father and I decided that they needed to start reading the dictionary. So they had to read the dictionary and write the words out and then tell us what the words meant in a
Mm-hmm.
complete sentence.
Right.
So the reason why I educated my children at home due to the fact that I was undereducated as I went to the performing arts school.
Yeah.
Exactly. So knowing that, I decided to go to college. They were like, "Oh no, you would never go. You would be a forest ranger." Girl, I am a biomedical lab technician. Hello?
hello.
Hello. I went to school, got my little
And
bachelor's degree.
applause.
Hello. They told me that I wasn't intelligent enough because they were going off of this curve of learning. But
Right.
then when one of the teachers that
Lay down.
came in, one of my acting teachers, you probably know her, Miss Allen. She passed away.
So you're
Miss
talking about
Allen,
CBA
Priscilla Allen. She was a arts teacher. I mean the
art.
theater, and she
It
passed away.
sounds
She
familiar,
actually
but I
played.
don't think I was
She
in
played in.
dance.
Okay, yeah, so was I, but I also took music. So I played the piano. I played the violin. So I
What
was
other teachers were there?
There was Mr. Stroder, Miss
What about Mr. Robinson?
he was there.
Okay.
He was
Uh,
there. Mr. Libby was there. Mr. Christie
Libby.
was there.
Yeah.
There was Miss King was there. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
remember Miss Sandra King. And
Yes.
yeah, okay. So yeah, so I was really into they really promoted dancing and uh the
Acting.
arts. And
Anything
they
art.
weren't in the arts. They weren't really focused on education. It was more of the arts.
Yep.
And I knew that being a young woman, a young girl, that in this world I would have to try twice as hard as my best friend Kim.
Mm.
And so,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So therefore, you know, I decided, I said, okay, this is what they said. Oh, okay. But then when I took the SAT testing, it came back like it 205. And I'm like, that's a high score. How can you say that I will be a forest ranger?
Mm.
But my career is a biomedical lab technician, meaning
Right.
that I know all about chemistry. I know all about blood typing. I know everything about urinalysis, DNA, everything. So,
Right.
yeah, you know, and when people would look at me when I would be at work, they would assume that I was a phlebotomist, but I was running the lab.
Right.
They were like, well, can I speak to the lab manager? I'm like, well, I'm the lab manager.
I am the manager.
Exactly. You're
Right.
speaking to her. How can I help you?
Right.
Because they, got disrespected by someone that wasn't black, but she was Filipino, and they didn't like the way they were being treated. So then they wanted to speak to a supervisor. They were Caucasian. And of course, they thought that they were going to get a Caucasian supervisor. But when this beautiful queen came out and very intellectual, very well spoken, she was very well out of her mind. Let's put it like that.
Right.
So there is a complete difference.
Yeah, there is. Are you there? Ja? What
On
happened?
me. And I was like, no.
Wait, you went out for a while.
Oh, I said they tried
there's a complete difference, and then we didn't hear you.
Oh, a complete difference in being educated and uneducatable.
Yes.
And and that's what they were trying to say, that I was uneducatable, meaning that I did not have the capacity to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how dare you? And that offended me. That was the first time I ever experienced racism, and I was 17 years old.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm. But we, out of that school, we have a lot of successful people.
Exactly, like Nanda Lewis.
Ananda Lewis, yes.
Yes.
Cassandra, but
Francis.
was she Andrea Day?
Yes.
But Cassandra, we have
Yes.
Nico, we have, there's so
Yes.
many.
Yes. Electra.
We have Lily Green.
Yes. Yes.
We have what was that girl's name on Disney? She's African American. She had the dreads. Giovanni, I think something like that is her name.
Yes, that's her stage name, but I don't.
No. Her real name is Giovanni.
Giovanni. Yes.
Okay, and I forgot what she was on the show. A lot of people have come out of that school.
Exactly.
Very successful.
Yes, very successful.
For them,
including myself. So you can never underestimate, anything, as far as like, because my minor was criminal justice.
Right.
So, all I have to do is, if I want, I can just study for the bar and take the test.
Right. Yeah.
So
make it easy,
I don't, because I already have all of my other credentials out of the way. And as long as you can pass that test,
you're good.
You are barred.
Right.
You become an attorney. So, my thought was, and my family were like, why don't you just take the test? Or why don't you just take the test to become, a physician's assistant? I can do any of that. I can do all of that because I can speak it into existence.
Right.
Period.
Exactly. So with that being said, I just wanted to say again that it's all about you wanting to grow and expand your own personal knowledge, not for anyone else, but it's for you. Because knowing thyself, you can live through this world. If you don't know yourself, you won't be able to make it. And you can't let people tell you who you are.
Yeah, at all.
If you allow people to judge you and tell you who you are, you will never make it. Right. Only the strong will survive.
Right.
So, and with that, I'm going to put myself back on mute.
Here you go. I'm going to go back in the chat. You always do that, John.
At least she didn't say the chat. This time she said she's going to mute.
Oh, she did?
She just muted.
I already
automatic, right?
She always do. I'd be like, well, you could say she'd be. I'm gonna just go in the chat.
You're right, but I'm gonna stay right here for a minute and
Okay,
see what's
thanks.
happening.
Because you were always like, I'm going in the chat. Hey, 420, you just popped up. What's up?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey,
Hello, 420.
how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
How are you? Did you get a chance to hear this topic?
I just walked in the house. I'm sorry.
Okay, so what was he in there earlier? Well, what we're speaking about is a young lady, August 18th, 19th this year. She was found deceased in the RV of an officer whom she was dating, or he says they were dating in the past, but during this time nothing was going on. She just was over there hanging out with him. Her mother said they probably known each other for 4 or 5 years. He says he wakes up in the morning and she's dead. He tries to give her chest compressions. He tries to give her CPR, mouth to mouth, I guess. And there's no helping her.
Right.
And so the police come, remove her body. Mind you, he's an officer, like I said. They chopped it up to being a drug overdose. They said she had alcohol, cocaine, fentanyl, meth, and ecstasy in her system, and it was a drug overdose. But yet he resigns his position a week after that incident. Her car was wiped clean. Her laptop was wiped clean. Her phone was lost. Her shoes were lost. She had bruises on her face as if she has been hit with something or she hit something.
Mm-hmm.
African-American young lady. Hold on, let me show you right now, because I was going to bring this up. Well, actually, real quick, I wanted to play this for you guys. So let me play this, and then I'll fill you in a little bit more. This is on her relatives page.
The mayor, we fully expect to have the superintendent, Brown. We fully expect to have the alderman, Irving, who is over that area, to make a reach out, because the police department never reached out to his family. We lost a loved one, Treasure Nicole Hendrix.
Say her name!
Nicole Hendrix.
Say her name!
An amazing woman. She loved people, and she would cook you a mean pot. That was the best part about it for me. But I celebrate that she lived, she was a part of my family. Here's our challenge. Today, we stand here not understanding why the officer whose RV she was found in, because Treasure is no longer with us, she actually was in his RV. He is a police officer. His name is Charlie Bell. Charlie Bell needs to be investigated. Charlie Bell needs to be given the same expectations that we would have. Mm-hmm. If somebody came up dead in my house, they would arrest me first, ask questions second, tear my house up third, and then tell me to stay in the city because they have further questions. Right. We don't know if that happened with him. The investigator that is on the case is colleagues with this individual. We are also concerned because he placed a threat on our family. He suggested to us in a very threatening way that we should cease and desist from releasing flyers about the life and the absence of Treasure Nicole Hendrix. Now, we demand that somebody answer to that. We demand that Superintendent Brown, we want COPA involved. We already know COPA was involved from the very beginning. Because when we never found out my niece was gone from the police department. We had to actually police ourselves and started looking for her. So on the day that we found her, you know how we found her? We found her because two Latin gentlemen who lived on 15th and Western in the RV park happened to tell us, oh, the black girl is gone. She's dead. That's how I learned my niece had passed away. Who does that? How do you learn that somebody that you have engrafted into your heart, your mind, your body, your spirit, who you coach, who you cater to, who you nurture, is no longer on this planet by somebody who really is saying it out of a courtesy because he didn't have to say anything? CPD, you failed at your job to tell this family that we need to have answers. You failed at your job to tell us, hey, this is what's going on. We're sorry that nobody has even come to us and said, we're sorry that you lost your loved one. She was more, much more than just a person. She was a beautiful spirit, and she deserved respect. She deserved dignity. She deserved to have somebody come to her mama and say, Miss Hendrix, I am sorry to tell you that you've lost your daughter. And she deserved not to hear that from the morgue because she randomly called there out of her own concern. We also need to know where's her property. CPD never provided us with her property. At the time that she left this planet, she always carried two phones. One was her regular phone, the other was her backup in case she lost that regular phone. We didn't get it. So somebody got her information, and the phone is still on. So we need to know what the deal is. Who got the phone? Other things that we want to talk about is evidence. There is so much information that is missing. And at this time, I really want to say it, but I think we need to have a real conversation with the police department so that they can tell us what we need to have answers to. But what we need you as the public to do is to remember that you have a treasure too. My sister named her Treasure Nicole Hendrix because Treasure was a very, very special gem to her. It was her birthday, so she was precious to her. And in that she was special to her. She wanted her to have a unique name. So now we have these stakes, and we're gonna ask you that you place a stake. We pass them out to everybody. This stake represents the beauty that Treasure was. We want to plant her into the ground so that she'll grow. In that she will grow other treasures. Other treasures. She's not the only one out there that's missing. She's not the only one out there that other people, I got you. Let me finish my point, and I'm going to place it. She's not the only person that people are looking for. There are hundreds of treasures out there. And the police department and those that cover up need to be prosecuted to the further. This to me was a manslaughter because she didn't kill herself. The information that my family has received, she did not kill herself. I'm going to say that. She had some help in leaving this earth. And so we need clarity around that, and we need them to take off Montanero, the detective that's on this case, because he is friends with the suspect. My niece is a victim. She is being victimized over and over and over again.
There's an
Every
echo.
time somebody
I
tells
thought you
us,
noticed it.
we'll get back
There's
to
an
you.
echo.
We don't know. We get victimized. We tired. We tired, y'all. We don't
Yes.
do it no more.
Yes.
We need answers.
You're saying there's an echo?
There's definitely an echo. Do you have headphones in or no?
No, I could put headphones in, but it's like 7 minutes in. You guys always tell me like 10 years later.
I apologize. I thought you noticed, and I thought it was like just the video.
Well,
I didn't hear any echoing.
I don't hear
I,
it
I
either.
hear an echo. I hear echo.
Let me
It's
see.
feedback.
I didn't hear it.
It's
Are you
double. It's
guys
doubled
hearing
up
an
for me.
echo?
I was hearing it was
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's fix it.
I also thought it was a video.
I don't know. I can't hear an echo, but it probably is if you guys are saying it. I'm gonna play it and let me know if you guys can hear an echo like right away. If you guys can.
Answers.
And we will follow up. Because this, although she may be gone, she ain't dead. Treasure forever lives.
That's right.
Justice! No.
You
It
guys can hear
sounds
an
the,
echo?
it sounds the same to me, but they're saying they hear it. That's fine.
You can still hear an echo?
No,
No,
it's good
I
now.
don't hear an echo. I never heard
It's
anything.
good now.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay. I'll leave the headphones on.
Peace.
Cool.
No peace.
No peace. No peace.
I was like, no peace. Over here.
Spread it out a little bit, y'all. Spread them out. Spread them out.
I would like to thank this machine on baby.
Yes, speaking to
This
the
machine on,
I would
baby.
like to thank
Spread 'em out,
everybody
spread
that
'em
was
out.
willing to come out here and participate in regards to this march. I need to express that I am totally upset with the Chicago Police Department along with Lori Lightfoot. I'm highly upset. I asked Detective Montanero, could I please meet with him at Harrison and Kedzie because I didn't understand the police report. He told me, no. I said, can we please meet at the police station, Harrison and Kedzie, me and my mother. We'll talk with you and your superior. He said, oh, my superior ain't gonna meet with you, and we can't use no interview room because you have to make an appointment. So right there lets me know that you never cared nothing about us. And then you made it seem like, oh, I'm just waiting on some paper to come back. We gave you leads, we gave you names that were given to us. You sat there in that chair at the Chicago Public Library is where I had to have a meeting with a Chicago detective, Joe Montanero. 8 South Horn is where me and my family had to meet him because he said Harrison and Kedzie don't have any interview rooms that you schedule an appointment. So we sat at the library and we spoke with him, and he was nonchalant and unconcerned. So I want to know, how do you go to bed and sleep at night, Mr. Policeman, knowing that you're not doing your job that the people of this city pay you to do? We are taxpayers. We pay your salary. Yeah. You are supposed to serve us. Yes. So I'm not too thrilled with this. Lori Lightfoot, all this stuff is going on you and Mr. Brown's watch, baby. It's on y'all watch. And I know you got a little daughter. If something happened like this to your child, Miss Lightfoot, what would you do? How would you go and try to solve this? What should I do? How shall I handle it? No one never came to my door officially, and I'm still waiting on the police to come to my door and officially knock on my door and tell me, Miss Hendrix, I'm sorry that your child has passed. No one has done it. I'm still waiting. She died August 18, 2021. Here it is, November. So what's the problem? My soul hurts, not my heart. My soul hurts because people put you all in office. They give you this payroll salary, and you just say F them. What do you think when you see black men and women on the west side and south side of Chicago? Because when it's other people, you send out the frogs, the dogs, the FBI, the CIA, the neighbors, and they resolve their case. How long do I have to wait for somebody to knock on my door and tell me, ma'am, I'm sorry from your loss from Harrison and Kedzie Police Station? Mm-hmm. So right now, that ain't looking good. It's not. That dog ain't gonna bark, that duck ain't gonna quack, and that bird ain't gonna fly because I need answers. My daughter did not deserve to leave.
All
like
right
this.
now.
Everybody that speaks well of her say she was a giver. But how much more can you give?
I think her name is Cynthia. Go Miss Cynthia if I'm wrong.
You
can
and
yell
then they
at me,
work
but
on
I
your
think her
side
name
of
is
town.
Cynthia.
They look at you like, I don't want nothing to do with that. When we entered into the police station, my own kind, they moved away like they were terrified because we want answers. It's not like we being cocky. We ain't being bogus. We doing this in a respectable way. We trying to move forward like we should. But it seems like this goes on every day, swept up under the rug, and everybody won't say nothing. Why? That's your child. That's your blood. Mr. Charlie Bell, you keep trying to disrail this investigation for some reason. You knew where Treasure lived. When they gave me her bag from the morgue, her ID had a correct address on it. So why is it that you all type up an address that I'm not aware of on there? Why, Mr. Bell? Why did you keep both of her phones? Why? Why you didn't give the officer both phones? Why he had to wait 5 days to meet you at your other house to get my daughter's phone? You didn't buy them phones. Those were her phones. And then you write that garbage in the police report. It doesn't make sense to me. Please make it make sense. Because this don't make good nonsense.
Make it make sense.
Turn yourself in, Charlie Bell. Turn yourself in.
I just want to thank you all for coming out here because I'm about to get full and say something I don't need to say.
See.
So let me get away.
All right, Mama.
It's all right, Mom.
All right, Mama Hendrix.
Joining us today.
Okay.
All right, boo.
Experience for my family. But we understand that
I be hot.
oftentimes we got to go through the fire. And so we walking through the fire. We committed we ain't going to get burned because we not by ourselves. And we thank you all for being a part of that journey with us. If you have any information, can I get one of them flyers? Because I want to call this number.
Hey, they cracking me up.
Okay. Okay. So if you have any
These real black people right
information
here.
that could lead to us solving the case of my niece who's missing, I am asking you to contact the Detective Montanero at Area 4 District 11 Police Station, 312-746-8251. The RD number for this case is JE as in Edwards 3442-380. We're asking that, and I'm going to repeat it again. Phone number is 312-746-8251. RD number JE 342380. I'm saying that because we don't have the way to solve this case, but the police department should. And we're going to hold them to what their jobs are. I went to the protest march for the officer that was shot and killed out of respect. And I expect that same kind of treatment that they gave her to happen for my family. Thank you all so much for coming out. And if you could, place your stakes, and we're going to trust that other treasures won't end up like this.
Thank you, Lena.
Hi, my name is Kumiko Hope, and the family appointed me as their spokesperson. We have everybody in the crowd with balloons. We're finna release. During all of this, meeting the family, I have to be sitting in my office when the flyer was placed on my car late at night. Myself and Mark Carter, we were working on something else, and I came out to my car, and the flyer was there. And getting into it, and being up close and reading documents, and I'm surprised at myself, even with the climate in the country, with our community and within the Black community and a Black woman, with already the climate with the police department. I feel that you should know better. Just reading the document, I'm surprised that I'm so angry within myself to even expect different, that it even have to be angry. The level of disrespect of the unprofessionalism that I see just reading the documents. And all I have is a GED. I don't have alphabets behind my name because I wasn't fortunate to make it to college. Because I grew up in an environment beyond my control. There's certain, plights was pretty much I grew into, I was born into.
That's right.
And so was Treasure.
That's
so
right.
what? Her life shouldn't have been denied.
That's
the
right.
investigation of her life should have been denied.
That's right.
But I am a taxpayer.
That's
I'm a
right.
business owner. And I contribute to your salaries.
That's right.
And when you get into it and you read these documents, you'll be just as pissed as me.
Right.
Seriously. How many more black treasures?
How
How many
many?
more black treasures when you read these reports? It was
How
so
many?
much disregard just by reading the reports and common sense. You didn't even have to have that much education to see that they did not even bother to make sure the information was correct in the reports, to make sure that they crossed their T's and dotted their I's. So you don't know what happened. You didn't even let us know that you didn't even bother. That you treated this man as if he was above approach. That whatever he said out of his mouth, you took it for face value. I want you guys to reflect on that. Because we black. And it seems as though we go through it. Because I remember when, what's his name? The actor, Smollett, he just claimed that he got hit upside his head. And within how many weeks? I don't think it was 7 days. And it was all a hoax. They got on it, right? I'm so disappointed. I'm so hurt. She was 4 years older than my oldest daughter. And it's pretty much details that ain't came out yet. Facts, not details, facts. That I'm crying. Like, seriously? Yeah. And I think about all the missing young black women and all the ones that pretty much we know expired. How did their investigation go? Yes. The missing ones, how did their investigation, how is it still going? The one that pretty much the post office worker, I remember that too, that was pregnant. Yes. On that note, this is not going away. How many more treasures?
Say our
How many
name.
more treasures? How many more black treasures? I want you guys to release your balloons. On the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Treasure, we're not giving up. Evidently, federal authorities, we can't trust our own to police our own. We need you. We need you, FBI. Step in. We wish we didn't have to call for you, but it is what it is here in Chicago. We need you. We can't trust our own to police our own. We need you. We need you. They don't care about us. They keep teaching us and showing us. They don't care about us. They don't care. You ain't got to keep showing us. We get it. I thank everybody for coming out. And we're not done.
We're not done.
Please pass it along. Call for action. We're going to continue this. It's like we don't have ADHD or ADD. We're going to continue this. We're focused. We're laser focused because we see they're not. Yeah.
It's just the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. Say your name. Say your name.
No justice. No peace. 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 No justice.
So, you guys, that's the story. That's the story. Lolita is my friend. She's been my friend for 30-something years. For 30 plus years. I remember when Treasure was born. So I'm here. We want answers. It's nothing more, nothing less. We need answers. However those answers come. We need answers to find out what happened to Treasure, Nicole, Hendrix. No matter what it is, no matter how the facts fall down, we need answers. Let the family give the family some type of satisfaction to know that the death of their child was not dismissed. She's a black woman. She was a black woman. So that's all we're asking. We're simply asking that a proper investigation is conducted to determine exactly what happened to the baby, to the young lady. That's all we're asking. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a proper investigation. It's important that the families give closure to know that things were not ignored, that facts were not ignored. So we're asking you all, if you know anything, if you hear anything, get online, tell people what happened. It's very important that we find out what happened to Treasure Nicole Hendrix. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that, I'm going to say good night, you all. Just help my friend find out what happened to her family. That's all I'm asking. Justice for Treasure Nicole Hendrix. We're at the FBI headquarters. Right now, we walk down here to the FBI headquarters. We're going to show a flyer real quick. This is Treasure, right? A beautiful young lady. We just want to make certain that you all contact the detectives if you have any information at the 312-748-8251. Again, the number 312-746-8251. We just want answers. That's nothing more, nothing less. That a proper investigation is conducted. Thank you.
All right, y'all. So let me make sure.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Preach. Mr. Jimi Hendrix.
Hold on,
exactly. Did you hear this story before you chose your Halloween costume?
What do you mean?
Because the last name is Hendrix.
For me?
Right. Okay.
Wait, you mean? Wait. Jimmy.
Okay. What I'm saying is spiritually, something came to him in order for us to be able to speak this story.
I think you're
Yes.
I think you're a little confused. Are you talking about the Halloween costumes?
Yes.
Okay, no. That was 420.
Oh, that was 420.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That was 420. That was Jimi Hendrix.
I was super confused.
I know. I was like, wait.
Because I'm like, wait a minute. Because he's not showing his face right now.
Hey, 420, pop up.
He's there.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. So what I was sorry
like,
about that, Preach. Sorry about that, Preach. Much love, hugs, and kisses. Okay, 420.
Yes.
Because you came out as Jimi Hendrix, right? For Halloween.
No.
You were telling a story.
You telling a story. I was the koala bear that was up on the stage with you.
Mm-hmm. Whatever. Quit lying. He was Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
The fro thing.
The fro, exactly. Sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So what I was saying is because we're just hearing about this story, and because her last name is Hendrix, I was like, wait a minute, did he just subliminally bring us a story that we didn't know existed, and we needed to investigate? That's all I'm saying. And then now it's like right after, boom, it's like, whoa, but that's just me connecting dots. But yeah, I just thought I'd say that you brought it to the table, dude. Thank you.
When I was sent this, I was like, I hopped on it, and then when I started looking for it, it was making me more angry that there was nothing about it but things that a couple, maybe 3 or 4 YouTubers have said. So I'm reaching out. I'm like, hey, so we'll see by tomorrow or sometime this week what's going on, because I'm trying to push this all across. I want everybody to start talking about it because this needs to be a topic.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
It is,
to
Salute,
me,
Gina.
this is just like the sister who walked into the van and left her shoes outside
and that's
at a
what they're
police
comparing it
station
to.
messing with a police officer or a
Mhm.
sheriff.
And
You
this is what
know?
everybody's. Do you know the name of that? So we can look at that real quick. I
Ah,
did want to finish going through that, but there's so much.
was her
But
name
I'm like,
Talia Howard or something like that? I know.
I didn't cover that one, so
Okay.
not
Well,
quite
you
sure.
remember she was the girl who went into at the police station,
I know we
and
were
she
talking
was,
about it.
yeah. And
And
so it's
they said she was okay. It's the one where her shoes was on the outside, she was on
yes,
the inside. That whole thing.
yes.
Okay.
But what I'm saying about both is that it has everything to do with law enforcement.
Right.
That there is a law enforcement agent that has been interacting with the civilians, taking
Mm-hmm.
advantage of,
Mm-hmm.
and then murdering allegedly. And then, yes, and then they either quit their jobs or they're reprimanded, but it's not
Right.
severe enough to match death.
Right. Right. It doesn't equal the same thing.
No, I believe in eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. House for a house if you're messing with me. But I'm just saying, it's a Scorpio. I'm going
Okay.
to slow my roll and back it up a little bit, you know? But I'm just
Right.
saying, it's like when a person gets a little power, they turn that little power into something monumental as far as like taking advantage of these women, and their situations, or even stalking out these
Right.
women and their
Yes.
situations and saying,
Yes.
hey, let me give you an example. I was driving years ago with my two daughters
Mm-hmm.
going home, and they were in the back seat. One was in a car seat, one was in a booster seat.
Uh-huh.
I had a Nissan Sentra, girl, my first car. Okay. So silver, okay. I called her Silver Streak.
I still remember. Hey, my first
Okay,
car was
girl.
silver too.
What? Okay.
My little
Okay.
Lancer. I thought I was
I was
cool. I
like,
thought I was a racer back then.
okay.
Okay.
I was like, dark tinted windows and everything. Thought I was everything out here in Cali,
Right.
So, a police officer pulls me over.
Mm-hmm.
It's sunsetting. So I didn't want to pull over like where, because where
There's
the
no lights.
805 in University is.
805 in University. Yes.
Okay. Right there, when you get off, there's a liquor store right there. There's a park. And then you can make a left there.
Wait. You making a left or a right?
I went straight. But if you make a left, you'll see the liquor store, and right next to it, you'll see the Subway sandwich place. And then if you keep going,
Okay. I got you.
Okay. So I was stopped right there, right?
Uh-huh.
And the officer came to the car with his gun drawn. Yeah.
Wait, why? Wait.
Okay, let me tell you, because I was driving on the street.
Yeah.
And so he pulls me over. So I'm like, whoa, wait. So I pull over and turn on my blinker, pulled over, and I sat there. I rolled down the window, because back then, they didn't have a remote control.
Exactly.
But anyway, so I had to you put some strength into it.
Yeah.
So I rolled down the window, and he came with his gun drawn.
Right.
And he goes, excuse me. And I said, yes, how can I help you? And he goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking for two black men in a Nissan Sentra. And I apologize. I'm so sorry. And I just looked at it because I had
like a black man.
No, they just don't care out here. Let her finish because I'm gonna say mine too.
I'm a black woman. The sun was setting. I'm driving down the street with my two daughters in the backseat going home to my husband, ex-husband. And I was just getting off work. I'm going home. And the police pulled me over for no reason but to tell me that they're looking for a Nissan Sentra with two black men in it. All you can see is my head. You couldn't see my children's head because
At
they were
all.
in a booster seat and a car seat.
Mm-hmm.
So what you pulling me over for? If you ran my tags, you would have known who I was.
Exactly.
You followed me long enough. So you knew who I was. You knew I didn't have any tickets. You knew I was only in my early 20s. You had a picture of me up on your screen.
Okay, yeah.
You understand? I don't have a record, but because it goes through the DMV, come on now, I'm an intelligent woman. I know. So I was like, is there a problem? How can I help you? And he started apologizing.
Right.
Okay, and I'm just like, well, what is the problem? He goes, oh, no, ma'am. Then he puts his gun in his holster.
Now you want to do that? Did
Now
your kids
you
see
want
that?
to, now you want to put your gun in your holster.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Exactly. In front of my 2 children. One was a baby and one was 3 years old.
And at 3 years old, they remember stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
So, you know, that right there, it got to me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My second situation. Here I am at Backstage nightclub over in, Southeast, it's that's what girl, I see you laughing and I
I
so
don't know. I don't know
okay.
what you're talking about.
So well there's this club that was in the neighborhood and my house, I own the house down the street. So I would go there because it was in the neighborhood, Black owned and everything. So I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
Me and 4 of my friends, because I have the SUV.
Okay.
I got faded because I only live like
I
3
got
blocks away.
faded nonchalantly.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was inebriated.
Okay.
But let me tell you, because I only lived 3 blocks away from the club. So everybody came to my house, parked their cars, and got in the car with me. And we had, mimosas and stuff like that. And then we went straight up to the club.
You wait, just stop.
Wait, no, for real.
Wait.
So then,
you had mimosas before? No, y'all was doing shots.
Girl, we was doing shots, but I'm trying to keep it cute. Stop it.
I know you was.
Okay.
We keep it real over here.
Okay. So we was doing agave shots. Yes, agave, which is a very expensive tequila.
Right.
And so we were drinking agave. And so I fell asleep in the back of, my car and everybody else was up in the club getting a party on. I went in for a minute, but then I felt, ooh, wait a minute. I'm feeling my cool slipping. I need to step out.
Right.
So I go to my car. I go to sleep for hours.
When I say how long were you there for?
Hours.
No.
We were there from 8 o'clock until closing. When I say about 9 o'clock, I was knocked out because I had a job.
Right.
Okay.
But you was trying to hang out with
I was trying to hang. So I went to the car and I was knocked out. So they came to the window, knocking on the window. Girl, wake up, wake up. So I'm driving back to my house. Now, I didn't sleep off my alcohol.
Right.
The police officer, thinking because my SUV is dark tinted and it's white, they thought that I was by myself. I have 4 homegirls in the car with me.
Right.
I was the only one sober because I slept it off. So he pulls me over like 8 houses away from my house. 8 houses away from my house. Right. And so I pull over and I'm like, yes, how can I help you? He goes, have you been drinking tonight? I said, well, what time is it? And he goes, well, it's 2 o'clock. I said, no, I haven't been drinking this evening. Because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. That's not being sarcastic. That ain't the same day or night. Hello.
Right.
I said, no.
So
I said, no. And he goes, well, you were swerving a little bit. I said, no, my glass popped out of my glasses. One of the lens popped out. I asked my girlfriend who's sitting in the passenger seat, pick up the lens for I could see to drive.
Right.
So she intoxicated trying to do it. And I'm like, okay, girl, you are working my nerves. And so as I'm pulling over to the side to 8 houses away to pick up my lens for my glass, he turns on his lights. So let me tell you what these girls. So let me tell you what my homegirls did. Okay, now they were older than me. Let me tell you what they did. So I get out, and he was like, because he seen my picture in the whole 9 yards. So he goes, is there, have you, can you get out? And I was like, sure. And I get out, and he goes, okay. So then I walk to the back, and I'm like, here's my ID and insurance and everything. And he was like, okay. He was like, and he would just kept looking at me. Now, mind you, he was a fine white boy. I mean, boy.
Oh, don't that be the worst?
Okay.
You be like, look, I don't want to get an attitude with you, but
well, you know what? And then let me tell you, girl, let me finish the story. Let me tell you.
Go on,
girl. So I'm sitting up there, and he was like, okay, well, you're not inebriated. I said, no, with my glasses. And I showed him my glasses. He was like, oh, okay. So here go my drunk homegirls. They open up the other side of the car, and they get out. Well, I'll take the test, and I'll take the inhaler and see if I could drive. I looked at them. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? I was like, look. So now 3 of them are out the car. 1 of them still sitting in the car. 3 of them get out the car. And they like, oh, damn. Now they flirting. And like, well, I can walk. And then here go my other girlfriend who's Miss Dance a lot. Talking about, well, I can do a straight line split. Okay, so anyway, girl, yes. Anyway, so okay, yeah. So it was one of those girl. They had a ball. I'm stressing. Because I'm like, I'm just 8 houses away. And I was like, I'm just 8 houses away. They're staying the night at my house. It was a Friday night. My children were at my mother's house. I was like, they're staying the night at my house. I'm just right up the street.
Right.
So he goes, okay. He told them, you ladies, please get back in the vehicle. Please get back in the vehicle. He let me go, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he showed up at my house the next day with my driver's license.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh.
Knocked on my door. And I was like, I just got off work, and I was like, hello, because I had an outside screen. Because before I open up the front door, I got a screen. I'm holler through before I get to the screen.
Exactly.
And he was like, San Diego PD. I was like, oh, okay. So then I open the door, and there he stands. I forgot to give this to you.
And you remembered his face. You already knew.
Yeah, because I wasn't intoxicated.
Right.
And I looked at him. I was like, thank you. And I was like, oh, my God. He was like, I want to make sure you got this back safely. And, You followed me straight to my house because when we was getting out the car, he was driving past us and shined a light while everybody's getting out, and I'm walking to the door. So he knew exactly where I lived.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Hello. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, it made me nervous because then a week and a half later, my alarm on my house went off, and here it is, 2 police officers in my backyard flashing the light. Excuse me?
Don't say one of them was him.
Yes, it was.
Girl, bye. No.
Girl, hush. And so they flashing flashlights because my alarm went off. And so I was pushing in the number, and I'm like, what? So then when I'm opening up my back door, sliding door, and they're standing right there, but they didn't have any guns pulled. Because first my alarm goes off silent. Right. Then it makes the loud noise. Yeah, but his name was Sean.
We already know we already know.
Exactly. He was coming.
We already told his homeboy, like, hey.
Hello.
The other day I pulled this girl over. She live over here on. Hey, her alarm went off. Let's go. You already know how to get down.
Exactly. So that's why I'm looking at these stories going, oh my God, this could have been me. You know what I mean? There has been times I dated a couple of sheriffs, and they don't have it all together. They're alcoholics, they're abusers. Okay. And the third one is that they don't love themselves.
Cigarettes.
Yes. And illegal drugs. But anyway,
but they don't get tested. So
no, exactly. So they do what they do. Like
I
one
can tell you some of their spots, girl.
Oh, I can tell you too.
Girl.
Hello, how you gonna be drinking and driving? And you the officer.
Girl,
let me stop. Let me just But anyway,
let's not do SD like that, okay?
Okay,
We
but
gonna
it
call
is.
them out.
Okay, well,
But
I'm
I
just
am gonna say
saying.
this though.
What's that?
So my car is, I mean, it was kind of known in the area because of my license plate or whatever. So they come behind me. They pull me over. This is right in front of Lincoln, high school.
You know I know where Lincoln.
I know you know.
Okay, come on now. You know where
if
Green
you
Cat
live
and
there and not,
so you've been at the taco shop.
you been at my taco shop,
girl. You know I've been at your taco shop.
You're so hilarious. No, for real.
Continue.
Wait, I got a couple over there. We got the Barrel.
The Barrel is where I had lived, near the Barrel, where they have pulled me over.
Bomb, especially when you go like after hours.
Yeah,
you know
but you're gonna be waiting in that long line.
Not if you just walk up.
But exactly,
I
and
that
you
side
cute.
street, I walk up, get my
Thank
stuff,
you.
and I
Get
go.
mine and go. Hello.
Girl, that line be too long. It'd be all the way down to the
all
school,
on the street.
All
the way to Keeler.
So we on what, Imperial? So as soon as I come off of a street over there, anyway, we ain't gonna get too tight.
We're not, because I know Imperial, so I know the street. Go ahead.
So we get right in front of the car wash is.
Yes, I do. Across from Huffman.
Boom, the car wash. And so all these cops are like pulling me over, and I'm like, I'm panicking because I'm by myself. So I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? I know they thought it was someone else in the car that used to drive my car, but it was me at the time. But they used I'm sorry, your car was mentioned in a robbery that just happened down the street. You guys are lying. You guys thought someone else was in the car because they used to drive my car. So they thought they were going to get him instead of me. So they play their little games to do whatever they want to do. And that's happened on multiple occasions. Like actually following me to my house, pulling up behind my car. So when I get out, they're like, no, you can't go inside. Like, what? I'm parked in my driveway. Y'all didn't put no sirens on. I'm going in the house.
Right.
They be tripping out here. They do.
How you drive? What?
Coming down. Is it Logan? Coming
okay,
down
now
Logan.
You know that is really gonna get you some tickets. Come on now.
Coming down Logan, okay.
To the dip.
And I'm telling you, there's no cars out. I'm getting off work.
Of course, there ain't no cars out because there's shootings late at night.
But I'm getting off of work, so there's not one car.
Hey, John, please sleep, okay?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, what? Okay, so I'm coming down Logan, right? And I see the cop car. I'm like, whatever. I don't got that much. I'm going to keep going, whatever. Woo! They come right around. I'm like, why? What did you pull me over for?
They made a U-turn.
Behind me. Smoothly made a U-turn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he told me?
What?
He said, I wouldn't give you a ticket. He said, but he was a new person, a rookie on the job, and they were just teaching him like the ropes. So he needed to be able to write a ticket, do the full process out. You know what he taking me for?
Girl, what?
Not having a front license plate.
You know what? Okay, who in the world?
And I mean, they did it dramatically. Like, get out the car. I'm like, okay. Like,
girl, we thought you was on cops.
I was like, they be tripping. So I got a ticket for that. Still don't got it on the front of my car. I can't put it on the front of a damn Camaro.
Right.
It goes like this.
Right.
I can't put it there. I don't know. They find any and everything. And then they blame it on, oh, well, we're training so-and-so today.
Exactly.
Or, we just happen to run by your house or just weird stuff. Like
exactly. Like when they sit out in front of my house now, I'll walk out there and I'll be like, so what's going on? How are you doing this morning?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh my God, what do they say?
How you doing? Oh, I haven't seen you before, so you must be new on the force. Yes, I am. And let me get your card. Yes, I do. I live right up here, and I tell them my address.
Oh no.
Yes. I
Because
do.
they be
'Cause
waiting.
I'm
They
a
be having
grown
their little
woman.
pockets. They waiting.
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
just be
So
like, you see me every day. Why are you pulling me over
yes,
today? You just want a
definitely.
conversation.
They want conversation
Because they be
with an
bored.
attractive woman. That's it.
Right.
And
Girl.
I was like, this is ridiculous. I went up to the sheriff's office and I was like, I just want to introduce myself to the, sheriff because
Might as well.
because I am part of the community here
Mhm.
and my taxes and my voice counts. So
Right.
I just wanted to meet you and let you know that you and your officers are doing a really good job here.
Mhm.
And
But wait. Where were you at? You were in South Bay?
no,
East Bay?
East
Where were
Bay.
you?
Uh-huh.
East Bay? Okay.
East County. Uh-huh. Now where I'm at now.
Right.
That's where I'm like, I know who the fire chief is and the whole night.
Exactly.
No.
You
'Cause
gotta
my
get
thing
to
is
know
this.
them or be drama.
Yes, because my thing is they have open information about you. Your
Exactly.
information is public to the different governments.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, I want to know who you are. You're
Right.
in my neighborhood. I live here. You do not.
Right.
So since you're going to be policing, young man,
Exactly. Younger than you. I'd be
hello,
like,
young man.
girl, but they don't believe me. I'd be like, you were like a
Exactly. And
cool
I have to,
10 years younger than me right now.
and then I have to break out my driver's license with my purple contacts in. Yes. And yes, I do. And hand it to him. And I'll be like, here I am. And he was like, damn. I'll be like, yes, can I get my license back? Thank
Right.
you. Can you get your hands off? I've already experienced once,
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? It's very, I can see that could happen to a woman that being involved with someone in the police, being a sheriff or being in law enforcement, and they
And
become
I got it
jealous.
a lot back in the days when I
Yes.
was, got
Yes.
it a lot.
Yes. I don't
I
even
was
know if
just like,
were you sneaking into NTC?
what's NTC?
Niggas, tricks, and clown. Oops.
Oh, no, I don't know what that is.
It's a Navy training station.
Oh, I didn't do military.
Okay,
I
girl.
mean, military was cool in certain situations, but that wasn't like.
Well, that's where we used to venture to because that was fresh meat. Come on now, Lincoln, Logan.
But that wasn't my like stomping grounds. Like,
yeah.
So it was just kind of like I knew about it, but it was like,
No, girl, those were parts of my stomping ground. So.
Oh shoot! Getting to know
that's
Jack
all I'm
Stars
saying
more.
A little bit more than anybody else needs to know.
Right,
Being that
they don't. I mean, because I know
they
they
don't
listening and
exactly
trying to fill in the blanks, but yeah.
Right, but I see you. So yeah, so therefore, I am a phenomenal woman.
Right.
On every
Maya
level.
Angelou.
Yes,
Hello. You are very phenomenal.
We all are phenomenal women.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling my story and relating to your story, which relates to the situation that is happening now. It is not far-fetched that a police officer will stalk you. It is not far-fetched that a police officer or law enforcement will try to harm you. It's not far-fetched that you could be murdered by someone in law enforcement. So therefore,
and they will not even
get in trouble
their way at all. It'll be something else completely all the time. Because even if her body did not have all those drugs, they want it to seem like that. They they go into the medical examiner's office so they can join the autopsy. So they can be man, come on, miss me with all that.
Because
I don't believe she did all of that and
all of those drugs. She would have been dead from the fentanyl and the pills.
Look.
So go ahead.
We're doing alcohol downer. Okay. We're doing cocaine upper.
Right.
We're doing fentanyl downer. Double downer. We're doing meth way up there.
Up.
Ecstasy. Now you just
out there.
Girl.
Come on now. He made her a poisonous cocktail and said, have a drink, baby. I got something special for you. But she didn't know she was going to be leaving.
I want them to check, follow the money, check that bank account.
Exactly. Because he had to be giving her money.
Girl,
Come
man,
on.
I don't even.
Especially if he had a wife or a fiance or
I don't,
children
you know
or
what? I
any
don't even
type
want to.
of any type of insubordination at work or anything. Oh no, he's gonna be paying her off.
And you heard what you knew was reading about his history.
Yes.
It's grimy.
Hey,
It's in his
you
character.
guys know the golden.
Yes,
Do you
Jeanette.
guys know about the Golden State Killer?
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
You know about. So he was a police officer in Exeter,
Yes.
which is like 2 towns
Not too
from
far
me.
from where I am at. Yeah.
And he like got away with that for ever because he
Years.
was
I
years
mean,
and years.
decades. Okay, decades.
Give me a second.
Because nobody
Don't
ever
get-
looked his way.
Woo. I'm just saying, yes, Jeanette. That's something because he was investigating the cases that he caused the murders.
Right.
You know, so it's like you don't win for losing, you know, because it's like you go for help, but then you don't get the help you need, but then you get stalked and murdered.
And they convicted him at 74, right? Like after he lived his life.
Way after.
You know?
74. And I was like, really? I mean, didn't he die before he even was sentenced? Or only served like 1 year and passed away?
I didn't look into it after he was sentenced. So I don't know if he died, but I knew that.
He passed away because I was like, because they brought it up on the news. And I was like, he didn't serve no time. I mean, he got away with it for all that time. And then they finally catch him. And a year later, he dies.
Hey, you know.
Oh, you knew? You knew? Are you awake?
You're gonna have to travel to Louisiana, cause you knew look like tired.
Here, I'm gonna look and see if he died.
Look, it looked like she nodding off.
I'll be right back.
Hey, baby.
I didn't even realize I was still muted. I literally have been just listening to them talking about their places that they eating,
like you
places they're
you
meeting.
Somber, like you about to lean over and go to sleep.
No, I was just listening to everything they were talking about, how they were eating, places and meeting stores and things like, you know.
Oh no, it says he's still alive on this.
And then I heard, you know, Jeanette coming in and asking, you know, talking about something else, about some other case. So yes, I'm awake. Appreciate you though.
Okay, how
she thought I was sleeping, but I heard everything.
Everyone, it's been quiet for at least a week.
Yeah. A week.
Yeah.
Well, you know why I wasn't on.
Right.
I told everybody I was going to take a break for a minute. So I wanted to air my Lucas.
We've been chilling.
Yeah, I needed to air my whole.
Y'all been chilling.
Yeah, we've been.
I just had to. I even when I got on today, I was like all over the place. I didn't know what I was doing. I was getting nervous. I was like, I forgot to do it. But I got back with it. I'm ready to kind of come back. You know, life is life. I can't control it. It's inevitable. So
well, I'm not gonna lie. I just fell asleep or something. I didn't know it's 420 walked in the room.
He's been in the room for 10 hours now.
Look, I've been sitting back like, oh, I'm not.
I might fall asleep early tonight because I had to take Benadryl.
Oh, that's my kryptonite, I swear. I don't know why they give me well, I know why they give me Benadryl because I itch. But dude, it just makes me like knock out and I don't even know that I'm going to sleep. I'll be like, I'll be going.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, Andrea, how are you doing? Andrea Dawn in the building. Where's my house?
Hey, Andrea.
Hello, Andrea.
420, what's up?
LaKendra.
Yeah. What's going on?
Zena,
Preach.
everyone,
We got
hello.
anything to say?
Crafty one,
Men's
hello.
perspective.
Nah. I just feel like I'm going back to the situation y'all was talking about the female. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like y'all pretty much covered everything. Like, they gave they gave her. I feel like they gave her a cocktail because it doesn't make sense for that many drugs to be in a person's system. It just doesn't make sense. I
Like,
can
how
see.
do you do all this at once? Because I think,
Yeah.
okay,
No.
you're drinking, right? So you do some cocaine, okay? Then you're still able to pump yourself with fentanyl and meth and ecstasy. I don't know how your mind
They
would
could
be able to
argue.
do
They
all
could
of that.
argue that the ecstasy had fentanyl
Or the coke had
and
fentanyl.
right, or the coke. But I'm just
Or
saying,
the
it
coke
sounded like a
had
cock.
ecstasy and fentanyl in the coke, and they just
Yeah,
snorted it.
but still, no matter how you slice it, it definitely sounds like a cocktail.
It's
It's not
overkill.
like they do shoot people up with shit like that. And what it does is it pretty much like makes them lose their shit because there's so many different things like uppers, like you
Going
said,
on.
uppers and downers.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you make somebody lose their shit, you can pretty much convince them to do anything because at that point they're just trying to feel safe because they're in panic mode.
Right.
You're tripping out, like you're bugging out, like all that shit, like going on, like affecting your chemical balances, like it's
Mhm.
making you super imbalanced. So you're probably very easily persuaded at that point,
Right.
and I don't know. It sounds dirty
It does.
because the police are
This
involved
whole
and there's so much
situation
missing evidence.
stinks.
It's missing key pieces of evidence like shoes
Right.
and the phone, which would track her last known location. Like it's
Or
just
if
super
she was
dirty.
calling someone to purchase these drugs.
Chicago PD ain't shit. They're the ones that let Kanika Jenkins die, so this doesn't really
Well,
surprise me.
I
You know
This
mean,
what?
doesn't surprise me.
I feel a little different on the Kanika Jenkins case, but everybody's entitled to their opinion, and so I accept it all. What are you gonna say, Jeanette?
You know what else bothers me is that,
What
like,
left?
every drug addict I've ever known has a preference
Mm-hmm.
of what drug they use.
Right.
They have a preference, and that is like so many different drugs that you understand.
Right. No. I want to read something to you guys that I forgot to read. But yes, I go ahead, finish because I get what you're saying.
Because some people will say I use this drug, but I'll never touch that drug. That's not my preference.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
that
don't
big
see
wide
someone
range.
liking to be, like downers, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Heroin.
Marijuana could be up or down, right? Just
It
depending
depends. It's
of
various
what
strains of marijuana.
sativa's up, indica's down, right?
Exactly. Come on, quit playing.
Okay. No, I'm just saying. But I thought weed
Well,
altogether would be a
well,
downer.
no. Okay, well, sativa.
I know it kind of picks you up a little more, but I don't think it picks you up to the point where it's like a upper, right? And you're just kind of up and awake on the go, right?
What, weed?
Ja,
Yes. And it
right? But
also,
it's still a downer though, or no?
sativa is an upper because you're able to function.
But how
And
would they know? Because it's so mixed.
right,
Even if
and
you
that's
get
what I
the
was about to say
same.
about the
Okay.
hybrid. Now, the hybrid has both
Okay.
strands of THC.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay,
lost
don't be
somebody.
looking at me. Okay. Now, I'm intelligent about a lot of things. Okay.
Right.
So, when you have sativa and you have
Indica.
OG, which is an
Oh,
indica.
okay.
OGs, all OGs
Or
are indica.
indica.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And that
So what
comes
do you
from the
know is a
OG.
sativa if they say what?
A sativa is like a Jupiter, a Mars OG, a
Stuff that
Mars.
seems higher. Okay.
Yes.
But
And
okay, like what would be like a mango?
okay, like
Mango
a
kush.
mango. Okay, now mango kush would be a hybrid.
Okay. So it's both.
Yes. It has two different strands from two locations. Like one might be from Afghanistan and one might be from Utah. And those two strands were mixed together in order to make a particular, let's say,
Right.
let's say AK-33.
So do you think, okay, because when back in my days when I used to smoke weed, okay, I only would say I wanted indica, but I would still feel like when I would get some stuff, it wouldn't be, I would get anxiety really, really bad. So
Right,
to me, that's
because it
not
would
an
be a
indica.
hybrid. Because
But
it
they
would be a
tell me it's
hybrid.
an indica. So I'm like, wait,
Right,
what?
but if you don't indicate that you just want indica, you're gonna
Well,
get
I
a hybrid.
did.
Well,
And they're
and
like, no,
that's
this is like a
right,
maple.
right.
Yeah.
Was supposed to be an indica,
Okay.
but it's not because mango is a fruit. So therefore, most fruits are sativas.
Okay. Okay.
So if you didn't know that, I mean,
Well, I was
only
never
because
a
and I'm gonna
connoisseur.
just
It
keep
was
it,
just
I'm
a
gonna
here
just
and
keep
there.
it 100 because I'm a herbalist.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
you
I
got a
grow my own
garden?
herbs and yes, I have my own
Exactly.
garden. I grow my own everything.
Right.
You know, and so I don't, lettuce and everything, cilantro and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like you knew. I don't have any chickens only because I don't eat chickens.
Right.
I would love to have one of those black ones, girl. Oh my God. But they wouldn't allow it because you have to live a certain amount of miles away from another piece of property in order to have any chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
isn't
you would
that
have to be
horrible?
in like
A farm
golf
kind of
courses and
area.
casinos.
Yes,
So
by Verona.
you grow iceberg lettuce or do you grow like wild lettuce?
No, I grow red lettuce, and green lettuce, but they grow in stalks. I don't grow like the water lettuce, which is that regular lettuce that they shred. I don't grow that.
Oh, like iceberg.
Iceberg. No, I don't grow that. I grow romaine and
Wait,
asparagus.
hold on. Wait, you in my city, so can I just come get produce from you, or you don't produce that much?
Oh no, I produce. Yeah, tomatoes and all of that. Yeah.
Can you
But
deliver?
no, you can come over, girl. You can come over.
Can you deliver?
Okay.
She said, "Can you deliver her eggs and chicken?" Then
I want a real chicken because I
Can
don't
you
eat.
deliver? Can you deliver me some herbs and things?
I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You like cookies or you like brownies?
Brownies.
I told
Okay. You have my phone number. Send me the address.
All right.
I make the day.
All right.
Turn up.
Hey, Kelly.
Okay. Well, let me mute because I see that I am a walker.
Wanka.
Wanka.
No, wanka.
Wanka.
You don't want to know what it means.
I mean, wanker, mate.
That's what I thought it was. A wanka. A wanka.
I'm a wanker.
Yeah.
He's a wanker.
A wanker, man.
Mute him for a second. Mute him for a minute.
420 in the build. He know how to be quiet. Don't
You
you know how
don't.
to be
No,
quiet,
you don't.
wanker?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
All right, there we go.
You don't want to know what a wanker
420.
is. I will text you what a wanker. I'm gonna text you what a wanker is.
Look at Kelly Khan when she said to you, Josh. Josh to it.
Wow.
I'm so glad you guys, but
only in Cali.
Thanks, Callie.
I have to call it a night.
Okay,
Bye,
boo boo.
love. You're always welcome.
You stayed up longer than you normally
Yeah, you
do.
did.
Girl,
what?
I was asleep and I woke up. Okay.
And like, whoa, I'm still on the panel.
Right.
I was
So
5
at it
seconds into
again.
falling out. I'm not
When
gonna
are we
lie.
gonna have game night?
Oh, we're having game night on Saturday.
Okay. So you're having game night on Saturday. Now, at it again, are you gonna have yours on Fridays or Sunday?
Thursday.
I created something earlier today, and I am going to do Sunday.
Oh,
okay.
What happened to Thursday?
Oh, that ended.
Oh, Jesus,
you ended that.
Yeah.
So you're doing Sunday night or Sunday day?
Sunday day.
Okay.
Sunday
So
night.
you know it's Friday day. On Saturday night. At it again is Sunday day.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Right?
Got
Is that what you said?
Wait a minute. You say you Thursday. So wait.
No. You knew it's Friday day.
Friday day.
I'm Saturday night.
Okay.
You are Sunday day.
Sunday day. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You knew.
You knew.
You knew.
You knew. All right, love. Have a
So
wonderful
Preach got a haircut, right?
sleep. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it looks good.
He got a nice little clippy clip.
Yes, he did. Who he trying to impress?
Girl, you tell me.
Girl, he'll be looking at you.
Girl, I don't know what you're talking about. Preach hates me. Preach hates me.
No, he does not.
Yeah,
Look,
he does.
look.
He done cussed me out.
Look at that
More
face.
than
Look
one
at that
time.
face. Do you think somebody hates you? Look at him.
Look at him.
He won't even look up. He
We
probably
see them
he
waves.
won't even
We
look
see
up.
them waves.
He's on the phone.
Oh, yeah. But
Who you talking to?
Well,
You are on a live.
Hello,
Hello,
business.
hey, Preach.
Hi, Preachy.
What's going on?
Boy, we talking about you and you didn't even hear us, did you?
You knew.
I mean, y'all was carrying on, so I was just like, I just started getting distracted. My bad.
Oh, well, I complimented you on your new haircut.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. And I said, who you looking good for, China? Is that a whole bottle up to your
Is
mouth?
that enough? Whoa! Preach.
Wow.
You just wait. Preach.
Not here.
I thought you just finished the bottle from the other night.
Not here.
Preach.
Not here.
Preach.
You know what? We're
Put it
going
in
to
the
wrap
corner.
this on up.
That was like 2 or 3 nights ago, wasn't
We
it?
are going to wrap this
No.
on up.
That's right, preach.
And
Put it down for now. Drop your weapon.
Wait a minute. What?
Hey, look, when y'all send me a check for my rent, then we can have that conversation.
Drop your weapon.
you know
But
what?
you know what? We
Again.
care more about your health than about your rent.
Yes, drop your weapon.
We
We'll
care
go
about
ahead and do that.
Hey, you knew.
And that.
Yes.
So what we're
What
going
day
to do
is
is
For you.
Friday.
Oh, you didn't.
Friday.
Friday day.
Friday.
I'm
day.
Saturday night. Your Sunday day.
Day.
So I'm about to get
Excellent.
up off this panel. And yeah.
Good night, everyone.
I'm going to look more into
Good
this
night,
case.
Star.
I'm going to try
I'll
to
be texting you,
contact.
boo boo.
Please do.
All right,
Okay.
y'all. Get ready for some fun.
Hold on. I'm not done. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, not my
I
bad.
said we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to contact some people and see if we can get this spread out across, the whole United States. If it can go overseas, that's great. Because I feel like this is a case that is going to be swept under the rug and it's just going to be not even looked at.
It
And
needs more attention.
everything has been dropped in Charlie's lap to me. And it needs to be looked into. So I'm going to do a little bit more investigating, trying to reach out to people. And as soon as I do that, I will let you guys know. I will either post on my community board or it might just be another live. So I will see you guys later.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Bye. Love you guys all.
Bye. Hey, 420.
Peace, blessings,
I was
and
trying
much
to look you
love.
up.
Good night.